Hello there everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and we are here today to talk about these little palettes from e.l.f. So I have 4 of these. They're called bite-size eyeshadow. They were $3 a piece, and I did get these at Target. I know they have these at CVS as well, and I'm assuming other places e.l.f. is sold. I'm going to swatch these for you, discuss the formula a little bit and my experience. I'm not wearing one today because, as you hear me talk about these are so frustrating for me to use. And I'm not having the best experience with these, so I'm not going to wear one or demo one because I don't really like them all that much. And I'm kind of nervous to do this video because I haven't seen anyone else talk about these or mention them in their videos or do a review. Also, I haven't searched for them. But all the comments that I've seen from other people when I've talked about these, people are really excited about them or they really, really like them. So I'm kind of bummed out, I guess, that I don't like them so much because I think everyone really likes them or wanted me to like them. But you know what? We all have a different experience with everything, and that's just how these have gone down for me. So this is the shade Berry Rad. I will swatch this for you. 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. 2 shimmers here in the middle. And when you're first swatching these, they feel nice. They feel promising because the mattes don't feel thin and dusty. They don't feel like the richest mattes ever, but they feel good. And then the shimmers also swatch pretty decently. But I was wearing this one the other day. This is probably the best one out of all of them, but it's still not amazing. So the mattes here went on fine. I find that a lot of the mattes in a lot of these don't have very much pigmentation, and I have to build and build and build and build. So I tried it with a primer, with a regular eyeshadow primer, with concealer as a primer, and also with no primer, because I was like, you know what? Maybe they just work better without primer. But with all 3 different bases for my eyelids, I have the same experience. The mattes just have to build and build and build. There are a few darker shades in these that go on pretty nicely quickly. This being one of them. It has some decent pigmentation. It goes on pretty nicely and blends fine. But the 2 shimmers are so frustrating to get on the lid. I use my finger, and I've also used a flat brush. And to kind of get it to stick is so hard, and it takes so much building up, and it's very frustrating. And then a ton of fallout, of course, because you have to build it so much that it's falling everywhere. It's all over my eyelashes. It's all down here. With each of these palettes, once I had that experience with this one and so much fallout, I have been doing eye makeup first because I'm having so much fallout, and it's very frustrating. So that's this one. The 2 mattes are decent. This one, not a lot of pigmentation. And then these 2, I have a really hard time getting them to stick on the lid with a primer or anything like that at all. I'm just not having the best time with this. The one I tried to use this morning, oh my gosh. So this is the one I tried to use this morning, called Truffles. This is what it looks like. And this one I bought for this shade right here because it looked so pretty. It's like a really nice, I don't know, slate, kind of like, what's the other word? Not slate. Taupey? Taupey silvery shade. So that's how this one swatches. Did I say the name? Truffles? And this one swatches really nice as well as these here. So this morning I was so frustrated with this one that I had to get a little makeup wipe and remove the makeup on my eyes and redo a primer and everything and concealer because this made such a mess. And it's such a weird formula that these 2 mattes are. Like, so I had it on this little brush, just something like this. And I was trying to, like, you know, blend back and forth. And somehow it ended up all the way up here. Like, it seemed like it just, like, stuck it all the way up. I'm going to touch my eye with my swatch fingers. Like, stuck it all the way over here. It was all the way over here when I didn't even put it there, and it would not move. It would not move after that. It was very obvious that it was just like stuck. So I was like, what the heck? So I had to like wipe it, redid the eye, tried it on the other side, and I had the same experience. It was just like moving everywhere, and I don't know why it was doing that. So I was like, you know what? We'll salvage it. I'll just take some of the darker shade and kind of like just make it a dark brown eye today. The dark shade I was putting here in the crease and trying to blend, and it was just like streaky, if that makes sense. Like, it was like a bunch right here, and then as I was trying to blend, it would like just stick in weird spots, and it was not blending. It was driving me nuts. It was making me very, very mad. So then I was like, you know what? Let's just get the shimmer, and I'll just do a shimmer on the whole lid, because usually shimmer will cover up everything and make it look fine. This does not go on the lid the same way that it swatches. It goes on a lot thinner and a lot more glittery and fall out like crazy. I mean, glitter was everywhere. It was all over my eyelashes. Once I put that on, I was like, no way. So I removed all of it, tried it again, removed it again. I just did not like this one at all, at all. This was the first one I had tried out, the one called Rosewater. And someone left a comment on my community tab post where I talked about these, that I got them and I couldn't wait to try them. What has been your experience? Someone said they had this one and they loved it, I think. And I don't like this one either. So I don't know what it is. I wish I liked these, because I think a lot of people wanted me to, or were hoping that I liked them so they could get them. I don't know. My opinion's not the be all end all. Watch many videos on it. Maybe it's just me. That's how this one swatches. This shade right here, oh my gosh, takes forever to get any color to show up on my lids. It was driving me nuts. So then I got a little bit of the darker shade just to kind of do, okay, fine, just a little dark outer corner. We'll just go with that for the day. And it was fine, but it was nothing like, I didn't care about it. These two shades are so flaky. So flaky. This one especially, again, all over the eyelid, trying to put it carefully on the lid. I had with my finger and with the brush, I would get fallout everywhere, tons of sparkly fallout that wouldn't just brush away. Had to put a bunch of concealer on. I hated the way my eye makeup came out when I used this, especially because there was so much glitter fallout on my cheeks and under my eyes, and I had already done my base. I was just putting more concealer to try to cover it up, and I hated the way my under eyes looked that day because there was so much concealer. Just not a fan. I have one more to talk about called Carnival Candy. I've had the same experience, and just with me tapping in to use this the other day, it flew up here as like static. And that's for some reason the shadows go on like that too. Like they just kind of fly into a different spot and then they'll stick there as if it's like a magnet pulling them over there. I don't know what it is with this formula. It's just not for me. I cannot get on with it. And I was hoping so bad this one would be great, because this shade here is so cool looking. But it's, how can I swatch? Okay, right here. But I just don't like it. They feel good, like I said. This blue one was truly awful. Absolutely awful. These two look really pretty. Like they have a lot of promise, but they just don't work for me. They don't blend. They do the same thing as one of the other shadows did, where it kind of like sticks and then it doesn't move from there. Like it's just a big pop of concentration of eyeshadow and then it won't swatch or not blend. Blue one, so awful. I could not get that to go on the lid whatsoever with the brush, with my finger. Like it won't stick on. The trouble I find with all of these shimmers is if there's anything on your lid, any of this eyeshadow has touched your eyelid, these will have a really hard time sticking, and you have to put so much to get it to cover, and by then you're getting tons of fallout because you're putting so much eyeshadow on. I don't like these whatsoever. I personally cannot recommend them. Watch more videos. Maybe it's just me, but I don't like these at all. I don't even think they're worth $3. I want to take them all back because they're just not good. I don't know. They're not for me. If you've had a better experience, that's wonderful. If you have to use a glitter glue and wet your brush and all that kind of stuff, I'm not really interested in doing that. I'm not trying to make something work. I'm not interested in trying to wet my brush for every single shadow to get it to work, or to use a glitter glue for everything to get it to stick. That's just not my preference. I feel like they should work fine the way that they are. But for me, they're not for me. So that is it, my friends. Thanks for watching this video. I just don't like these. I'm sorry. Let me know what your experience has been with these eyeshadow palettes down below. I would love to know your opinions as always. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you tomorrow in another one. Bye.